I want to preface my remarks by just letting everybody know that I have in fact signed the front side of paychecks for the better part of 30 years, and I've done that in the retail industry and in the small restaurant industry. And in every case, every business and every year that I've operated, I've always tried to pay my employees slightly over the minimum wage, whatever it happened to be at the time. I'm still in business today. I'm doing better today than I've ever done. And business is good. And I see from my business and the 5 or 6 employees that I've had from time to time, or the 10 employees that we used to have, or the 20 that we used to have before that in the restaurant business, that the minimum wage did not affect that. In fact, what it did was in fact engender a sense of cooperation and a sense of family between the ownership of that business, my wife and I, and our employees. Much has been said today about the impact on the entrepreneurial spirit of the state of Washington. I'm looking at the state of Washington right now with the highest minimum wage in the country, and it has been that way for several years, with an entrepreneurial spirit that is defined by a state that is economically in the central Puget Sound region on fire entrepreneurially. This is a mecca for people with good ideas. And I'm not sure the minimum wage has had any impact on that one way or the other. When I look at my small business and the employees that come to work for me, I want them to work for me. I want to be able to pay them enough that they don't have to go out of the store at 5 o'clock and then go work someplace else for 3 hours. I want them to be able to make enough money to stay with me, because that's what benefits my business, and it creates a continuity that my customers come to expect. I want my customers to walk in my door, either at my retail store or in my restaurants years ago, and see the same face day after day. It becomes a place they're comfortable with. It becomes a place that they trust. And it helps if I pay them well. Much has been said about the impact on youth employment. That may very well be true. But I don't think the solution to youth employment is to avoid paying the people who are in the jobs the kind of money that they deserve to make. That's a false choice. That's a Hobbesian choice that we should not make here. We should address youth employment. And finally, much has been said about families and the impact on families. My wife and I, my wife has a grown child from a previous marriage. We don't have any children, so we don't have a family in the nuclear sense. But I can tell you that when I walk in the door of my store every morning and my employees come to work, that's my family. And most of them have been with me for a long, long time. And the notion that this bill will pass and in a couple of years I'm going to hit that $12 an hour mark, I'm close now, but I'm not quite there. I'm going to be more than willing to do that, because I know that that tells my employees that they are important family members, and I honor them, and I hope that we will pass this bill and show that kind of honor to the rest of our employees. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.